of the drop-off.
Death bomb! Death bomb! Get ready for the pain! That wasn't even worth the
Why
effort.
can't they all be this easy?
Hit him where it hurts! Death bomb! Death bomb! Death bomb! Think I'll let you get away? That was a piece of cake. Can't get any better than that.
Made it.
If you want to win, you gotta be quick about it. Death bomb!
No one will.
Death bomb! Double slash!
That was it?
Relia!
My friends. My toys. My sister.
Did something come back to you, Relia? What's this about a sister?
This is...
An observation room. And judging by the toys, I'd say one used to specifically monitor children.
Maybe we can data mine the system if the console still works.
Let me try.
I wonder... why isn't there a single person? Wait a sec. Oh, it's a trap. Get ready. We got company. Death bomb! Fidel, keep Relia safe.
You got it. If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this!
And look into that while you're extracting data.
Think I'll let you get away?
Double slash!
Think I'll let you get away?
Captain!
You find anything?
It's a trap after all. The building's gonna detonate after a silent countdown.
So they can dispose of both the evidence and the opposition. Not bad.
Their encryption's top-notch, so disarming the system will take time.
The data?
I retrieved it. But there's not much time left until the detonation.
The security robots must be here to ensure we don't get out in time. Charles de Gaulle, this is Emerson.
They're jamming our signal.
I guess we'll have to leave on our own 2 feet.
Countdown in progress. T-minus 18 minutes.
Make a run for the exit. We need to get the hell out of here before we're blown sky high.
okay. You're safe now. I'll try to help.
Hang on!
Double slap! Think I'll let you get away? Yeah! Double slap!
Nice opening!
Double slap!
It's okay. You're safe now. Emerson, I'll try to help. Adele!
Double slap!
The exit's up ahead.
Keep running, even
If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this!
after we're out of here.
Feel it!
Ethereal blast!
No one likes sitting here. Emerson, I'll try to help.
Come in, Charles de Gaulle. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. This is the Charles de Gaulle.
Transport the 5 of us out of here before this explosion does it for us.
Right away, sir.
I'm so glad everyone's okay.
On the other hand, all our leads have gone up in flames.
They're burnt all black and stuff.
What sort of research was going on at that facility anyway?
We haven't analyzed the documents yet, so all I can do is speculate as to the building's purpose. But I assume it belonged to a group called Kronos.
Kronos?
That's their name. It's a long story. So let me tell it while we're en route to sickbay.
Deck 12. Sickbay.
We're with an organization called the Pan-Galactic Federation, and come from far away in the sky.
If we hadn't already experienced what we have with you, I'd say you're telling the biggest whopper ever.
When you look up at the sky, you can see a lot of lights, right? Well, we're from one of those astral lights, as is Kronos, albeit a different one. To people far, far away, your home is also an astral light.
And we have termed your particular orb of light Fate Creed 4.
The Pan-Galactic Federation and Kronos signed a charter that forbids either party from entering the other's territory or the neutral zone between them.
And they broke it.
We obtained information stating that Kronos was clandestinely operating on Fate Creed 4.
And when we came to investigate, well, you know.
I understand that you guys and Kronos are enemies, but you mind explaining what all this has to do with Relia?
Little Miss Starlight was living in that laboratory of theirs.
Relia is most likely a living test subject for some of Kronos' experiments.
And?
Sorry. That was uncalled for.
A test subject?
All for the sake of creating signets.
This is now far beyond the realm of simply trying to reunite a young runaway girl with her parents.
Whoops.
Mickey. I didn't mean for you to get hurt. This is all my fault. Sorry.
You don't say sorry in this situation, Relia. You say thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mickey.
You're very welcome.
You're okay.
You're here, Fiddly.
Emerson and Anne are the ones who saved you. If they hadn't been around, we wouldn't have been able to do anything for you.
That's what I heard from the people here. Thank you so very much.
Don't thank us. It's our fault in the first place. I have something I need to say. We want Relia to stay in our custody.
What? Where'd you get that crazy idea?
She's being chased by an organization called Kronos. As for who they are and how they relate to us, ask Fidel. He knows already.
How does any of that matter in the least?
You've seen firsthand how persistent those reprobates can be. Really is so significant to them that they're willing to go through all of this for her. And now that they've failed multiple times, they'll start taking even more drastic measures.
But still...
Kronos possesses nearly the same level of technology that we do. As long as they think the ends justify the means, you won't be able to stop them from taking her. We, however, can. Furthermore, your country will no longer be attacked if we have her.
I want to stay here.
Relia?
Promise you'll take care of her?
With all my heart.
Then I leave her in your charge.
Let's get you home.
We're very grateful to have met the both of you.
We owe you a debt of gratitude.
Just wait until my technological discoveries surpass even yours.
Please see that no harm comes to Relia.
We will. You take care down there.
All the best.
Relia, you take care of yourself.
Mickey.
Grab happiness by the horn.
Fidel.
Bye-bye, Relia. So long. Toodaloo.
Mickey. Fidel.
Relia, I'm very sorry, but you're not allowed to be here.
Captain, our sensors have detected abnormal energy disturbances. The possibility that they're caused by mechanical activity, as opposed to a natural phenomenon, is 87.32%.
What do you make of it?
My guess is Kronos' cloaking technology.
Use impulse engines to change our trajectory. Enable our shields as well. We're going on red alert.
Engine output reduced by half. Modifying course.
Now raising shields to 80% Omni. We're currently at 30%, sir.
Everyone assume battle stations. Tactical display on screen. Enemy starboard. Engines to full power. Raise shields to 100%.
Starboard side hit. Shields operating at 97%.
Loading of enemy torpedoes confirmed.
Anne, any info on the torpedoes?
Nothing at the moment.
Change course to 90 Mark 45. We're going to their port side.
Current speed at 0.87. We're approximately 3 minutes from Fay Creed 5.
The enemy has launched 8 torpedoes our way, all proceeding at course 360.
Another 8 torpedoes incoming. Following course 50, Mark 270.
50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50, Mark 270. 50,
Employing Hadean tactics, I see. Looks like someone in Kronos knows his way around a Starfleet battle.
Enemy phase cannon fire has been detected.
Phase cannon beam impact 135 degrees to starboard. Shields now at 94%.
Oh, crap. All right, we're gonna have to let a couple of torpedoes through. I guess all we can do is pray theirs don't pack too much of a punch. Load 4 photon torpedoes. Set the first to slow, put it on a course for the flagship's 8 torpedoes. Set the second one for slow as well and aim it at the second round of torpedoes.
Prepped and ready.
Great. Fire rounds 1 and 2.
Firing rounds 1 and 2. 5 seconds until contact. 3, 2, 1, 0. 10 enemy torpedoes still remain.
There shouldn't be anywhere near that many. Huh. Who knew their AI was that good?
5 seconds until contact. 3, 2,
Everyone,
1.
brace for impact! Damage report.
We sustained damage from 2 torpedoes. Shields reduced to 57%.
Warp drive is operational.
All that damage from 2 measly torpedoes?
The Akagi evaded all torpedoes.
The Nimitz took 1 hit that reduced its shields to 34%. Its warp drive has sustained heavy damage. Now only its impulse engines remain operable.
Even if they're top of the line, our ships are still mainly research vessels. They don't stand a snowball's chance in hell against 3 battlecruisers.
Transmission from their flagship.
Before we open communications, shut down our warp drive.
Captain, you can't be serious.
Do it now.
Aye, aye, sir. Initiating emergency warp drive shutdown. Shields at 5%.
Okay, now bring them up on screen.
This is Captain Aaron of the Kronos Interstellar Army ship Darivolos.
Emerson T. Kenny, captain of the Federation vessel Charles de Gaulle.
Kenny, you say? Well, well, what an honor it is to meet a gentleman as influential as you. A shame I can't see your face with all that egg of defeat smeared on it.
Thanks for the concern.
I believe you know what we came here for.
She's yours.
Captain!
But in return, I'd like a favor.
What's that?
The warp drives of this and another of our ships took a great deal of damage. Enough to render interstellar navigation impossible. I ask you to please let us leave this sector on the one ship with a fully functional warp drive.
Run a scan.
The warp drives for their first and third ships are indeed down.
I'll permit the other ship's crews to go. I regret to inform you, however, that yours will have to stay behind.
That's fine with me, but how should we handle the exchange?
Your crew will transport over to my ship, starting with you.
Then we'll start moving within transport range of your vessel.
Fret not, for we shall do the moving. All you need do is lower your shields and wait until we are in range and contact you again. Don't pull anything funny in the meantime.
How far away is the enemy from us?
We are approximately 0.34 AU away from the Darivolos, sir.
That's 10 minutes at quarter speed, or 5 at half.
The crew of the Nimitz is to board the Akagi at once, using any means necessary.
Yes, sir.
Once everyone's boarded, the Akagi is to warp out as soon as possible and head for remote Station 5.
What of the Charles de Gaulle's crew?
We'll use escape pods and land on Faycrete 5. Send someone later to pick us up.
The Darivolos and the rest of its fleet have begun moving toward our vessel at quarter speed, Captain.
10 minutes, 47 seconds until they're within range.
Open a comm link to the whole ship.
Will do, sir. You're on.
Attention, all crew members. You will now begin boarding the nearest escape pod and prepare to abandon ship. Do not eject, however, until I give the command. That is all.
Captain, you wouldn't be...
Took you long enough. You should have realized his intention when he cut power to the warp drive.
This is our only option. Will you help? Everyone but Anne and Delacroix board an escape pod. Computer, bring up the self-destruct sequence settings.
Access to the self-destruct sequence requires the authorization of at least 3 Federation officers. In addition...
Nix the briefing. Emerson T. Kenny of the Pan-Galactic Federation. Rank, Captain.
Authorized.
Tiffin Delacroix of the Pan-Galactic Federation. Rank Lieutenant Commander.
Authorized.
So let me get this straight. In addition to violating the Underdeveloped Planet Preservation Pact, we're going to add another federal offense to our rap sheets?
It's our only choice.
Anne Patriciani, of the Pan-Galactic Federation. Rank, Lieutenant.
Identities confirmed. Access to self-destruct sequence settings granted.
I want a 12-minute silent countdown for a warp drive overload sequence. The sequence code is Alpha, Tango, Quebec, Zulu, 4915. Direct the blast this way.
Settings applied. Command required to initiate, with another code needed to disarm.
Start it. Delacroix, get to an escape pod. Anne, get little Miss Starlight and come with me.
Yes, sir.
They're all yours now.
May the Goddess of Victory smile upon us.
Deck 1, cargo bay. First, synchronize the launch of the escape pods so it occurs right before we transport. Make sure one shuttle launches along with them too. I'll also need you to set the launch angle of both the pods and the shuttle to 180 degrees from the Kronos fleet.
Will do.
Next, have it look like we and Relia will transport to the Daravolos, but actually transport us to the shuttle.
Transport us to a fast-moving object? Impossible.
Have the shuttle brake right before we transport, so it slows down enough to stabilize its coordinates. We should still be able to escape as long as we accelerate afterwards.
That's theoretically possible, but...
With your programming skills, Anne, I know you're able to turn theory into reality. You're the only one who can make this work.
I'll try my best to get us through this. Somehow.
You're not gonna try. You're gonna do. If the shuttle's too fast, we'll materialize in outer space. But if we slow it down too much, we'll get caught in the blast and completely disintegrate along with the enemy ships.
For the love of... Just how many miracles do we need here?
None. Not a single one of these obstacles is too much for us to overcome by ourselves. Leave everything to me, kiddo. I'll keep you safe and sound.
Like Fidel did?
Yes, exactly like Fidel did.
I'm finished.
I knew you'd be done in no time.
Thanks for the compliment, sir.
Now, let's hurry to the transport room. Deck 2, transport room. Kenny to the Akagi.
Yes?
How are things coming?
Done in 6 minutes.
Do it in 4 or you'll be cosmic dust.
I'll make sure they do, sir.
I won't be able to give any further commands. So figure out the timing and warp out at your own discretion. Time to show us what you're made of and reprogram the transporter, Anne. Have it display coordinates that are in the Daravolos, but set the real ones to inside the shuttle.
I know what to do. We have an incoming transmission from the Daravolos.
Bring it up.
Have you yet to finish your preparations, Captain Kenny? Our ship is now within the established 30,000-click secure transport radius. You may begin transport now.
I know. Sadly, we don't have sufficient energy to do that. I request permission to engage warp drive.
Fine, but don't even think of raising your shields.
We won't.
Your warp drive is on, and your transport coordinates are indeed correct. Now send us our test subject.
We'll be right over in a mere 20 seconds.
Captain Aaron, we've determined that escape pods are launching from the Charles de Gaulle.
You what? What in the hell is going on?
8, 7.
What are you filthy
6,
swine perpetrating?
5.
Answer me, Kenny! What
4,
have you done?
3, 2, 1.
Please forgive me, General!
Good work, Anne. All right, Warp 1.1. Let's head to Fake Reed 4.
The Charles de Gaulle. We made it without a single scratch, thanks to your awareness and acuity, sir.
Sleep tight, old friend.
Captain, just so you know, the shuttle has now officially been cloaked.
Thanks for the update. Kenny to the Akagi. Do you read me?
I do, loud and clear.
Whew. I'm glad you guys are okay.
Our sentiments exactly, Captain. I'm also pleased to report we're safely on our way to Remote Station 5.
That's great news.
We lack adequate power for subspace transmissions, and we're about to lose our signal. So let me say one thing first. We've already filed a request with the aforementioned base to mobilize a rescue squad. They're scheduled to arrive in a few days.
While you're at it, put in a request for you-know-what.
You don't mean the Model G, do you? That's ludicrous. They'll never approve that. It hasn't undergone a single test flight.
Make the request.
I suppose it can't hurt to ask. Oh, and there's something of the utmost import I need to discuss.
We lost them. I don't understand why you wouldn't say the most important thing first if you're about to go out of range.
I think he would have if you hadn't made that demand.
Well, there's no use thinking about what might have been. We should probably lay low somewhere until the rescue team from Remote Station 5 comes.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, Relia!
It can't be. She's transporting. How could I be so careless as to overlook the transport tracker? What an elementary mistake.
One of the 3 ships apparently got their shields up in time, I see.
Unlike the Darivolos, the other 2 ships might have already had them up in case of an emergency. Even if we weren't on the bridge, I should have looked over the data more thoroughly. Still, they should have sustained a decent amount of damage from the overload. I doubt they'll be able to warp out of this sector anytime soon.
Maybe so, but we can't do anything without our own ship.
You say those gleaming sticks came from this so-called Kronos. I find this quite difficult to believe.
I saw it with my own 2 eyes. How's the front line?
The troops with the gleaming sticks supposedly vanished right after we did. Once the Trikurans were deprived of their secret weapon, they were no longer a match for our military strength.
So you held him off?
We did, and now a plan is in motion to invade Eastern Tracur. If it goes well, they will be forced to retreat from our border. Speaking of Eastern Tracur, I was just about to head there.
Allow me to take part in the invasion with you.
Take part?
I assume they would want me to come along as a reinforcement anyway.
Rasuli is our homeland, and Fiori's a good friend. So I have more than enough reasons to fight, too.
Very well, then. I doubt anyone will oppose the addition of reserves. I'll let my superiors know.
Thank you.
The faster we can join everyone, the better. Therefore, let's make for Eastern Tracur post-haste. I'll give you the details on the way.
Pardon me.
Our strategy for this battle requires us to split our army in two. Master Camuse will command the main force, which will charge head-on at the enemy, overwhelming them with numbers and distracting them.
I figured as much.
Our detachment will infiltrate the Kingdom of Tracur by passing through the Western Dekov Tunnel. This will put us on the other side of the Imperial troops in Eastern Tracur, allowing us to attack from behind.
K.
To reach the tunnel, we must venture beyond Sword of View until we come to a fork in the road. Then we head southwest. Mobility will be of the utmost importance in arriving at our objective. Therefore, we will move in small units. We are to rendezvous with the other detachment members at Eastern Tracur. I would rather not be the last ones there, so let us make haste.
Sounds like a plan.
Whoops. Sorry.
Another trial.
None of those are dirty.
Pardon me. Sorry. Whoops. Sorry.
Sorry. Okay then, let's reconvene in front of the inn.
You don't have to tell me, I get it. I shouldn't be wasting my time trying to be a gourmand. I mean, after seeing all these battles firsthand, it's just...
I don't think it's a waste at all. Having a hobby is a great thing.
Thanks. That's nice of you to say. If only I wasn't so hungry all the time. I need to keep my stomach in check.
Whoops.
Do you remember Cassius?
That kid genius? It's hard to forget someone like him.
I promised that as soon as he reaches the appropriate age, I'd imbue him.
You have the advantage! Right, right! Death bomb! Double slap!
Don't take me so lightly!
A decisive win with minimal casualties.
Hello. 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 Oh, it's working. Awesome. Hey. What's up? Is everyone watching? Sorry, my mic wasn't working.
Oh yeah! Look at me now!
Strikes first has the upper hand. Death bomb! Double slash! Let you get away!
Hang in there!
Double slash! Think I'll let you get away?
Great job, but let's keep moving.
Another triumph.
these things.
Damn it! Banana! Get ready! Double slash! Double slash!
As close to perfect as it gets.
Already?
Joe, is that you watching?
I am without limits.
Pardon me.
Okay then, let's reconvene in front of the inn.
You are an acquaintance of Fiore.
Yes, and I hear you're the most brilliant person to ever work at the Institute, Cassius.
That is because... I'm more apt to make new discoveries.
Oh, so that's why.
Fidel, stop wandering off already!
I've got to go.
everything I hoped for.
This should be a good warm-up.
Think I'll let you get away? That was a piece of cake.
Don't take me so lightly.
First has the upper hand.
Radiant Lancer! Hang on! Healing!
You look tasty.
Earth Blade!
Breaking Spark!
You look
Fangs of the firmament!
You look tasty.
Right,
Come back and haunt you.
that's all you got?
Another triumph. Looks like I'm gaining. On my father.
Too easy. Hit him hard. Double slash. Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Double slash. Double slash. Double slash.
That wasn't even worth the effort.
Over already?
Here's our chance!
If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this. Double slash.
Really? Nice one!
Aerial blast.
Heal it!
Double slash.
Keep your heads in the game!
Double slash.
Build your life,
Great job, but let's keep moving.
Could have been worse, I guess.
Quick, we have the advantage. Double slash.
Fangs of the firmament!
Don't take me so lightly!
As close to
Why
perfect
can't
as
they
it
all
gets.
be this easy?
Spread out. We'll divide and conquer. Double slash. Think I'll let you get away? Double slash. Double slash. Think I'll let you get away? Right, ready. Double slash. Double slash. Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away?
This is gonna stay spears of the heavens!
Allow me to help.
That's all you got?
Another triumph.
of this!
Let's go, go, go!
Rock, ring! Rock, ring!
What? It's over already?
Decisive win with minimal
That was
casualties.
it?
No fair sneaking up on
You've been
us!
ambushed! Get ready!
Step on!
Try to avoid this! Double slash!
I will burn you to
Double slash! Step on!
healing! Mistral!
Eat this! Leave this to me!
Healing!
Could have been worse, I guess.
Now my clothes are all dirty.
Quick! We have the advantage! If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this!
Our victory is for all.
Aerial blast!
That was a piece of cake.
Why
As
can't
close
they
to
all
perfect
be
as
this
it gets.
easy? You can count on me.
Don't be fooled! Think I'll let you get away? Double slash! Double slash!
A decisive win with minimal casualties. Hey, are you all right?
Oh, sorry. I was deep in concentration.
On what exactly?
On memorizing all the tenets of basic signaturgical theory. Whew! If you want to stay sharp, you have to keep using your brain. Ergo, I was performing a bit of mental maintenance.
So, studying and fighting are the same in that respect.
Sorry. Pardon me.
I'm so hungry.
When research calls, eat all 3 meals in one go.
Who'd you hear that from?
It's just something my mentor used to say. Although, come to think of it, he always ate 3 square meals a day. We're almost done. Time for one last spurt?
Yeah.
Could have been worse, I guess.
Eat this! Quick! We have the advantage! Double slash! Think I'll let you get away? Double slash! Think I'll let you get away? That's all you got?
We did it!
Another triumph.
Let you get away? Double slash! Think I'll let you get away?
Could have been worse, I guess.
Ooh! Feels good to be so strong.
Such easy bread.
Double slash! Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Double slash!
Another triumph.
Ugh, now my clothes are all dirty.
Get in position! If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this! Double slash! Aerial slash! Double slash!
As I am without limits.
This should be a good one.
It's hard being popular.
Double slash! Think I'll let you get away? Great job, but let's keep moving.
We did it!
Could have been worse, I guess.
I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? That's all you got?
Another triumph. You're surprisingly strong for an academic.
Thanks.
Don't you ever miss your life at the Institute?
A certain person always kept telling me I should get out more. Now that I finally have, I'm beginning to understand why.
It's also a dangerous place, though.
If things get dangerous, I know you'll protect me. You're dependable like that.
So, you're telling me you got your signet imbued in your early teens? That was quite reckless of you.
Yes, things were pretty rough just after I got my signet. I was frustrated all the time.
The mental burden of having one, I'd assume. If you had waited several years, you could have borne it without becoming so distressed.
I wanted to grow up so badly that I couldn't wait. I guess I was too anxious. Everyone else in the village was against the idea, but Fiddly supported me. He was so amazing back then. Of course, he still is.
Spread out! Divide and conquer! Nether strike! Double slash! Somebody! Double slash!
We did it!
We're done here. Not interested in fighting.
Hard! Double slash! Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away?
That wasn't even worth the effort.
Why can't they all be this easy?
Looks like I'm gaining on my father.
Sorry.
Let's meet at the training hall.
Miki, are you being a part of the team and pulling your own weight? You're not just bumbling around and holding everyone back, are you?
I'm fine. I might not look it, but I'm actually a lot stronger now. What about you, Tet? You're not slacking now that Fiddly's not around, are you?
Hey, I'm still an assistant instructor, you know. I teach the village children about swordsmanship. Don't you worry.
What about your own training? You're not skipping out on that, are you? So you are slacking. I knew it. You're a lost cause.
What do you think of children who are selfish?
You don't want to constantly indulge them, but as an adult, you have to grin and bear it sometimes. That's how kids are.
I agree. It's only natural for them to be selfish at that age. And yet, Relia...
Not only that, but she keeps everything bottled up inside.
It's not enough to just protect her physically. It's also our responsibility to protect her emotionally.
Whoops.
Can I ask you something? If you had a child, and if that child said that he didn't like spinach, what would you do?
Is there something you're not telling us?
Purely hypothetical.
As his parent, I should make him eat it if he's unwilling to.
Exactly right.
I know I'd be embarrassed if I grew up and still couldn't eat it.
Just so. What kind of grown swordsman would be willing to admit that he can't eat spinach? The very thought is preposterous.
Spread out! Divide and conquer!
Be a fight.
If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this! Aerial blast!
I will burn you to ash!
Not gonna let you get away! Bring it on! Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away?
I will burn you to ash! Feel it!
Take this!
I will
Think I'll
burn
let
you
you
to
get away?
ash! Radiant
Think I'll let you
Lancer!
get away? I'm not backing down now. My wife would kill me if she found out I ran. Never asked for this. gonna let you get away?
Tear asunder!
That's all you got?
Ugh, now my clothes are all dirty.
Always complain that the clothes are dirty.
Let's meet at the training hall.
Whoops.
One time, when Fiddly and I were little, we got lost while playing on a mountain and had to spend the night there. I was 6 when it happened, and Fiddly was 11, I think.
I didn't know you were so mischievous.
I got scared and started to cry. So Fiddly tried to make me feel better, saying, "Calm down, there's nothing to worry about." But when I woke up in the morning, Fiddly's eyes were all puffy and red. Apparently, he'd been crying during the night.
Well, that's to be expected from a young child, after all.
But every time I tell this story, he insists that he never cried. He says that I just made that part up.
Men are like that. Show him some sympathy.
Yeah, loser.
Pardon me. That's all you got? Let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Double slash! Double slash! Double keep moving. Double spread out. One conquer. Double slash. Think I'll let you get away? Burn your life. Think I'll let you get away?
Healing. Hang on.
Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away?
Could have been worse, I guess.
We're done here. No fair sneaking up on us.
Lightning blast. We did it.
Another triumph.
Ugh, now my clothes are all dirty.
Clothes are all...
He who strikes first has the upper hand. Think I'll let you get away? Double slash. Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Double slash.
Hang on.
That's all you got?
Could have been worse, I guess.
This should be a good warm-up. If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this.
It's hard being cocky.
Aerial blast! That wasn't even worth the effort.
It's over already?
Aurora rings.
Double slash!
Don't take me so lightly.
As
Why
close
can't
to
they
perfect
all
as
be
it
this
gets.
easy?
Double slash! Double slash! Double slash! That was a piece of cake.
What? It's over already?
Quick, we have the advantage. Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Double slash! Think I'll let you get away? Double slash! Double slash!
Bang from the firmament. Descend! All right, who's next?
Another triumph.
can count on me.
Let you get away? Double slash! People let you get away? Double slash!
Reaping spark! We did it!
We're done here.
Double slash!
Radiant Lancer!
Double slash!
Firebolt!
Double slash!
Great job! Let's keep
Now
moving.
my clothes are all dirty.
Oh yeah! Look at me now!
He who strikes first has the upper hand!
Radiant Lancer!
People let you get away? Double slash!
That wasn't even worth the effort.
Don't take me so lightly!
That was
I am
it?
without limits.
Quick! We have the advantage! If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this! Aerial blast!
Firebolt!
Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away?
Healing!
Why can't they all be this easy?
This should be a good warm-up.
Not interested.
Death bomb! High risk!
Don't take me so lightly!
That was it?
Be a fight.
Think I'll let you get away?
That wasn't even
A
worth the
decisive
effort.
win with minimal casualties.
Why can't they all be this easy?
Yep, gotta switch controllers.
Opportunity knock! Think I'll let you get away? 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 Double slash!
Radiant Lancer!
Double slash!
Ugh, now my clothes are all dirty.
Think I'll let you get away?
That was a piece of cake.
Don't take me
As
so
close to
lightly.
perfect as it gets.
This should be a good warm-up. That wasn't even worth the effort.
A decisive win with minimal casualties.
Okay then, let's reconvene in front of the inn.
I don't know about you, but I had such a hard time deciding where to get my first signet.
Huh.
I asked for it on my right cheek. I really thought it would add some dash and daring.
You did?
I must have been going through a rebellious phase. Yeah, that's it.
And what an unconventional one. I wish I could have seen it.
I must use this gift to protect others.
Do I want to continue the story?
Whoops. Sorry.
Once we're beyond Sword of View, we should head southwest to find the Western Dakov Tunnel.
Sorry. Whoops. Whoops. advantage of this!
Preemptive strike, go!
Hang on! Radiant Lancer!
Think I'll let you get away?
Alright, ready!
That's all you got?
Now my clothes are all dirty.
Spread out! Divide and conquer!
Fears of the heavens!
I'll finish you off! Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away?
We did it!
Another triumph.
We're done here.
Double slash!
That wasn't even worth the effort.
As close to perfect as it gets.
Think I'll let you get away?
Healing! What? Over already?
Eat this!
Don't be fooled.
If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this!
Nice one.
Double slash! Double slash!
That was a piece of cake.
Don't
A
hit me so
decisive
lightly.
win with minimal casualties.
He who strikes first has the upper hand! Think I'll let you get away? Never strike! Think I'll let you get away? Double slash! Think I'll let you get away?
As close to perfect as it gets.
Why can't they all be this easy?
Think I'll let you get away?
Terra Thunder!
Think I'll let you get away? Double slash! Double slash!
Could have been worse, I guess.
away? Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Double slash!
Friend is under!
Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Double slash! Great job! But let's keep moving.
Now I love learning.
Look at me now!
Decisive win with minimal casualties.
Order up. Order up.
How's this?
That wasn't even worth the effort.
Don't take me so
As
lightly!
close to perfect as it... I am without limits.
If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this! Imperial Blast! Double slash!
What? It's over already?
A decisive win with minimal casualties.
Opportunity knocks! Never strike! Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away?
Thanks for the fun.
Double slash! Think I'll let you get away?
That's all you got?
Another triumph.
too easy. Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Double slash! Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Double slash! Ice needle! Think I'll let you get away? If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this!
No mercy.
Aerial blast!
No
Dial! Think I'll let you get away? I like this now! Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Try to avoid this! That's fine! Double slash!
Hang in there.
Feel it! Think I'll let you get away? Right, ready! Think I'll let you get away? 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 I delight in killing. Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this! Right, ready! Be gone! Aerial blast! Double slash! Double slash! That was pretty rough.
Come on, give me a break.
Home.
I must use this gift to protect others. Double slash! Think I'll let you get away?
That was it?
We should head northeast. That way, we'll arrive at the far end of eastern Trecur, and we can rendezvous with the other members of the detachment.
Take advantage of this! You little... Double slash! Double slash! Double slash!
That wasn't even worth the
Take
effort.
me so lightly.
A decisive win with minimal casualties.
Ah, Fidel. According to my latest intelligence, Eidolon and Trecur were apparently both receiving aid from the same organization.
See.
I don't know the leader's name, but he or she is referred to as General, and is feared by everyone in it.
General?
It's still uncertain whether this person is truly a high-level military official or has just adopted that moniker. But if you find out, please let me know.
I will.
I know your skills are formidable.
Fuck it, let's do it.
All soldiers form up!
Don't let the enemy use their gleaming sticks. If by chance you do, don't let them hit you. No matter what. Those weapons may be intimidating when wielded by a group, but they're nothing individually. Remember, we have chosen this plan precisely because it provides the main force a strategic advantage. Should we fail, all it will provide them is a swift death. Now go and do us proud! We shall now commence Operation Snake Eyes. All units, move out!
Lady Brunelli, Fidel, Miki, let's move.
I can't take anymore.
Emerson, what are you doing here?
Captain waits till the battle's over. First, we have to move the blocks.
Is that Emerson? Emerson and
Fidel, concentrate on the enemies in front of you. Mission accomplished. We've weakened the enemy forces.
Don't think I'll show you any mercy. Blast it!
Definitely not the time for guarding.
This whole mission is predicated on our victory.
There's something fewer soldiers
What are you doing? There are hardly any of them. Trample them if you have to. Take them!
Don't push yourself too hard.
If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this! Let you get away! Let you get away! I'm afraid I can't let you escape! Let you get away!
need to take out as much of the enemy as possible.
I've got your back, Lieutenant. Together we'll show them the wrath of Soldier Storm. Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away?
This operation as quickly as possible.
Well, not just one.
Double slash! Think I'll let you get away? Think I'll let you get away? Double slash! Double slash! Think I'll let you get away? Double slash!
Nice open.
Think I'll let you get away? Taking my job. Think I'll let you get away?
Glory to Draker!
Rasulian soldiers have been spotted infiltrating the eastern gates. We'll be caught between two separate forces if we don't do something.
I'll show those plane squatters mercy this time. Come on, you bastards! Let's bolt!
You promised us!
I'm sorry.
If you're not gonna punch the living daylights out of them, then I definitely will. What are you doing? Why won't you let me at them?
Punching them won't solve any of our problems, Miki. The only thing it'll prove is that your fist can bruise just like anyone else's.
What are we going to do now?
It seemed as if we vastly underestimated the extent to which Kronos values Relia. We never thought they would go to such lengths to obtain her. And as you already know, we have neither our ship nor a clue as to her whereabouts.
Great, so we can't do anything.
I assure you that rescuing Relia is just as important to the Federation as it is to you.
So you'll help us pry her from their clutches?
Of course.
Sadly, we have no leads.
Did you also lose all that stuff along with your ship?
What stuff?
You know, the data we retrieved from the laboratory before it exploded. Do you still have any of it?
Ah.
Oh, how unlike me. That completely slipped my mind.
I guess I got mentally tripped up too. So, we might have something after all, huh?
We'll go right to the Symbological Research Facility and review the data there.
How long will that take?
1 or 2 hours at most.
Please don't come back empty-handed.
I won't.
Okay, then let's reconvene in this room when we're done.
Situation permitting, I'll also lend a hand.
Thank you.
They left behind some transmissions between them and another facility.
What's that mean for us?
It means there's someone else involved.
I see. So you're implying that the enemy must have at least one more base of operations besides that research facility.
Is Relia there?
I can't say for sure. It is, however, worth investigating. Even if we don't find her, we'll likely come away with some helpful information anyway.
The unfortunate thing is we haven't identified its location.
But you know where to start, right? Let's hear it.
Very well. All signs point to Kronos engaging in the study of symbometrics.
Symbometrics?
We have techniques that resemble what the people on your planet have termed signaturgy, but we call them symbology. Examining those techniques scientifically and systemizing them is called symbometrics. Regrettably for us, Kronos' advancements in this field make us seem like barbarians by comparison.
So you can't analyze them?
Sadly, no.
Wow. From my point of view, you two can do almost anything.
We have no recourse since there is no database from which to draw precedent. Also, I'd venture your planet's signaturgy is almost as advanced as our symbology.
You think so?
If my theory is correct, then we could analyze the various energy wave patterns emitted by signaturgical techniques and run them past the quad scanner's AI, which might allow us to detect some waves that Kronos' symbology-based equipment could not. Fiore, would you be willing to impart the full extent of your signaturgical knowledge to us for this purpose?
If you were just a nosy scholar, my only response would be 3 swift kicks to the shins. But for Relia's sake, I'll do it.
Thank you so very much.
I'm getting butterflies in my stomach just thinking how my knowledge could open up a new world to everyone.
Then I shall get started on the recording process immediately. Afterwards, I'll set to analyzing all the information we obtained. A word of caution, though. Depending on the volume of data, the process could take an exceedingly long time.
Well, it is what it is. No helping that. So how much time do you think you'll need?
I assume 1 night will be sufficient.
All night?
It would only be an instant if we had our ship.
There's no need to get anxious now. Let's get some sleep and then reconvene on the morrow.
Sorry.
PS4.
How's this?
Whoops.
What the? Did people leave or something?
You have it basically figured out, right?
For the most part. But there's still...
But there's still what? Out with it.
There's still nothing more than hypotheses. If only we could find Kronos' main research facility, or perhaps if we...
If you find out anything else, be sure to tell me.
I certainly will.
What are you doing up this late at night?
Nothing much.
I'm so sorry I couldn't keep my promise to protect Relia.
Chin up, Emerson. I know full well that Relia's predicament isn't your guys' fault. If anyone should be sorry, it's me, not you. There's no excuse for the way I've behaved toward you recently.
And with that manly apology of yours goes the last shred of my dignity.
I know you feel bad, but Relia's safety is more important than any of our feelings. We can't get her back without you.
You have my word for sure this time. I'll do whatever it takes to save Relia.
Oh, I've already beaten the game already. This is the hardest difficulty, so he's actually a good guy.
Done with the analysis?
That we are, sir. We were able to confirm trace energy readings that emanate from the banks of the Isok River in Trekur.
Could the readings possibly be from some other type of structure?
According to our map, there are no visible man-made structures in the area.
That's suspicious.
That ass, though.
I say, we go check it out.
And we're off, people.
Okay, let's see. I am 15-hour game time right now, close to 16 of all. I'm only probably about 2.5 hours into the story. Everyone's about level 50. I need 10,000 crystals to fucking unlock Limit Break to get to 255. So after I unlock this, I can go all the way to level 250. Oh man, I've already beaten 15. I just gotta unlock the, I just gotta do the secret dungeons. Oh man, I do not want to play this for an hour. Yeah, I'm probably gonna call it quits for a little while and play a little bit later. Jeez, I don't even know how long the install is for 15, because I had to reinstall it on my new PS4. Well, anyways, I'm going to go take a break and come back in a little while. Later.